Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to today's Prima Advanced User Forum. My name is Emma and today we're going to be covering a number of exciting new features within our latest release. We have Tyler on the live chat and at the end of the forum we'll open up the floor for any questions. Okay, so let's get started. So first we're going to look at new features within our sales order processing module. The biggest update that you're going to see here is we now have the ability to take a deposit whilst you place a sales order. So first you would create your sales order as normal. Here's one I've already done for us. And then you're going to come over to your header details tab. And you'll see over here on the right, we have our brand new button that says take deposit. So first you would need to enter an amount. So this could be either a percentage or a value. We'll say percentage this time and then go ahead and hit save. Okay, so on clicking this take deposit button, your order is going to be confirmed and a deposit invoice is going to be created for you. At that point, your order still hasn't been authorized. So anything that's on this order, any items on this order will not yet go into your requirements list, nor will any stock be allocated. So you can take a deposit at any point up until you do fully authorize the order. If you enter an amount in here and don't confirm your order, so don't press the take deposit button, upon authorization, Prima will automatically take the deposit for you. So this time though, we'll press take deposit and confirm our order. So okay. So there, your deposit invoice has been created and your order has been confirmed. You can still make amendments to your order, so you can add any lines on if you're wanting to. So this is obviously based on our normal existing rules, so as long as the order hasn't been delivered or invoiced. However, any items that you add on after taking the deposit will not be included within your deposit invoice. So let's have a quick look at that invoice. You'll see it's slightly different to your normal invoices. Within the description, it says deposit for, and obviously it's taken 10% of the total of each line that was on that sales order at the time that this deposit invoice was created. So that third and final line that I added, obviously that's not included here. And as with all invoices, we've got a link that'll take you back to your sales order. And then you'll also find a link to that deposit within the lines on the sales order. So you've got your deposit button, the deposit invoice button, but also a link in each individual line. There's your deposit invoice. And obviously when your final invoice is created, you've got your normal link to your final balance invoice. We'll have a look at what your final balance invoice will look like as well, because this, again, is slightly different than usual. So any items that were included on your deposit invoice have the words balance for in front of the invoice description. And obviously they've been reduced by the deposit amount. And then any items that were added after the deposit was taken will have their normal invoice description and they'll be for the total cost of the item. So although it's very rare, if a line is deleted off the order after a deposit has been paid, if the item's been delivered, you could still do a normal return and credit. However, if you delete a line off the order and the item hadn't been delivered and as I say, you've deleted it off the order, the customer's then going to lose that deposit that they'd paid. So what you would have to do is create a manual credit through the new record button. But again, that's very rare. And if you have any problems with that, then you can give us a call and we'll walk you through it. So that's everything to do with taking deposits. Next, we're going to take a look at sales quotes. So we've listened to customers' feedback and we now have the ability to create a sales quote from an old or existing sales order. So we'll use this order as an example while we've got it here. So you'll see over here on the bottom right, we have our brand new button again that says create quote. So on clicking this, Prima is going to pull all the information from this sales order and put it onto a brand new outstanding sales quote for you. Your new sales quote number will be referenced here in this field. And then it's up to you. So it's up to you what you do with this order. So say, for instance, your customer's decided, no, I don't want to carry on with this order, but I'd like a quote for the future. Then you could archive this order, and then on completing your sales quote, if you want to make any amendments to the quote or anything, on completing this quote, like normal, it'd create a brand new sales order for you with your new sales order number. Sticking with sales quotes, we've also made it possible for you to update, sticking with sales quotes, we've made it possible for you to update the default number of days for a sales quote expiry date. This can be done here in your admin. So you're going to come to admin and then system keys, and then sales system keys. And then over here, the default number of days for expiry date quotation creation. If you double click into here, you can then just update this to a number of your choice, number of days of your choice. And obviously that just ensures that your quotes stay active and live for however long you need them to. So the final feature within the sales module that we're going to look at is in our external orders. Now, we already have a link within the external order that will take you directly to your sales order. But we've now also created a brand new link within that sales order that is going to take you back to your external order. So it just gives the user the ability to jump back and to between the external sales order and the sales order with ease, rather than having to search for them using obviously your reference numbers. Okay, so that's everything within the sales module. The next amazing feature that we're going to look at is within our publications tab. So you now have the ability to link your own product codes with matching catalogue item codes. So this is going to ensure that your own products are kept up to date with your catalogue information that you get from the vendors, and it'll help avoid duplicate item issues. So to have a look for our unmatched products, we're going to come over to publications and then catalogues. Select the catalogue you wish to search through just by highlighting it. And down here at the bottom, we have our new button, which is going to look for our unmatched products. So we'll just press this. So this has now looked for any exact or possible item matches between your own products and products that were in this catalogue. So to be an exact match, the products would need to have the same vendor and vendor code, whereas possible matches is just going to look for similarities between the products. So this could be numbers within the item code, the invoice description, the pricing, the picture, anything that looks slightly similar. So this tab here, this list is our exact matches. So these are the matches that have, as I said, the same vendor and the same vendor code. If you were happy with all the items in the list and you wanted to match them all, you would simply hit match all items down here, and that'll link the products together and use your own product information. So if we look at the possible matches tab, as I said, this is going to look for items that have some similarities to your own products. Not everything in this list that it produces though will be a match, because as I said, it's just looking for anything that could be slightly similar. So let's wait for it to load up. Okay, so if you do look at an item and think absolutely not, nowhere near a match, you would simply highlight it and then just click ignore match down here, and it'll remove it from the list for you at this time. So if you do look at an item and think, yeah, definitely that's a match, I want to go ahead and match these two products, you'll see that we have these tick boxes down the side of the catalogue item. These boxes give you the ability to choose between either the catalogue item information or your own matched product information when you're matching them together. So say for instance you want to use the catalogue item code and the catalogue invoice description, but you want to use your own product pricing, you would simply highlight these two and then leave all the rest unchecked. And then once you were happy, you just hit match to product. And again, that'll link the products together using a combination of both the catalogue item information and your own product information. You will see that you've got your exact matches in here as well. So again, it gives you the ability to choose between the catalogue item information and your own product information, because if you match the products together using the first tab, it solely uses just your own product information. So this is a feature that's still in its initial phase, so we are still making quite a lot of improvements here, but we do believe it has so much potential and it'll be a brilliant addition to your database. So the final feature that we're going to take a quick look at is our shortcuts. If we just come to new records, I know a lot of you have been asking for these. We've got next to company, sales order and sales quotes. We've got an indication of some brand new fast keys. So you can be anywhere within your database, and if you press function and F1, it's going to bring up a brand new company record for you. And again, the same for function and F2. It'll bring up a new sales quote for you. Function and F3. And it'll bring up a new sales order. So it's obviously just makes things that little bit quicker and less clicks. If you go into a sales order, we've also added a couple of new fast keys in here. So instead of having to use these arrows at the top of the screen to go back and to between your sales orders, you can now actually use function and F12, and that'll take you to the next order in the list. Or if you want to go back again, it's function and F11, and that'll take you back. So these shortcuts follow some that we already had in place. We already had Control and T, and that'll bring up price check for you. Quickly brings up price check, and obviously Control and N, which will create a new sales record for this company. We will send you out a link to a Fresh Desk article that contains all the new and current shortcuts that we have. Okay, so that concludes today's forum. Thank you for listening, everybody. I'll open the floor for any questions.